Well, this ain't day 2 of me playing this game.
Taking no loss, we be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust, big dog, leash. Where's the love in the streets? Got my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when we ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the 6. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Throwing now is Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Charles, when we see this offensive play, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his 2nd season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 21. A man coming off a washout 2021. It's Travis Etienne. And he edges forward but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Colin Saunders coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. I think that time we just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Hardman on the return. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. That punt return 69 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to pass it.
That's a nightmare for the guy game planning the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss hit the ball and kick it right to him.
Mahomes will throw for it. And this will be caught. So the try for two, good. And it pushes them out to a 15-0 lead. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. From the 6. And he returns this to the 22. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now Lawrence on first down, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Here's Williams to return. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mahomes now to throw. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Mahomes throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now it's Mahomes again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 3rd touchdown now on the air. And the Chiefs drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. Boy, Still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Get it. Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking at.
The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. So a mistake there, Charles, from the rookie pass rusher.
And oftentimes when you make the jump from college to the NFL, you have to adjust to the rules. But in this case, the rule's no different than in college. Once the ball's gone, you can't continue on and get your shot in.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Buying time to his left. Lawrence hit and the ball is free, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You see, that's the 2nd time this half they put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game, so you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. Defensively, they didn't have an answer last drive. They're going to have to do something here. 5 catches alone on the previous series, a touchdown too.
And you and I both know that defensive coordinators tell us all the time, we don't wait for halftime for adjustments, things of that nature, right? We adjust series to series. Well, I think sometimes you need to adjust play to play, because that last series, he absolutely shredded them. I've got to send more people his way and make someone else beat me on the next drive if I'm the defense.
Got to do something. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Here comes the rookie 7th-round pick. It's Isaiah Pacheco. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. From the 44, Mahomes. That's into the hands of Fortson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught for a touchdown. Kansas City. Joe Fortson. this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the midterm elections are now concluded, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief for that. But now it's time for midterm football, where we've moved past the unofficial halfway point of the season, and we got a couple of good matchups in the night games here in Week 10. Tonight it's North versus South in California, the Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara. And then tomorrow, Monday night, it's both Charles's birthday, happy early birthday, buddy, and the first primetime appearance for the Commanders as they travel up to Philly to take on the Eagles. A lot going on. Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Handoff running left is Etienne. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And he'll be brought down. Down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Caught by Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Lawrence will throw. Touchdown Jaguars! Christian Kirk from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. after the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Mahomes now on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they get him down the home before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Forced, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Dancing to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Mahomes now on 1st down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Meanwhile, Mahomes throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Mahomes will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. I'm not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it. Can extend this lead out even further.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a 1st down. Here's Lawrence. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire.
And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Mahomes on the bootleg.
Into the hands of Smith-Schuster on the crossing pattern.
Touchdown!
Juju Smith-Schuster.
His 3rd touchdown of the game in Philadelphia.
And the Chiefs extend their lead yet again. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jaguars getting set to go.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Lawrence.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Lawrence to throw. Flush. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. George Karlaftis in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Lawrence. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick, and the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. With this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking middle, and that's complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Mahomes going to throw. Rolling to it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Juju Smith-Schuster. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Coaches come into a game preaching total team effort. CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And now it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. Kansas City and Juju Smith-Schuster running out for another series. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mahomes now to throw. That's into the hands of Fortson. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st down, Mahomes. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run, too. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Steps away. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Steps away to his left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is unreal. Baseball cap and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
That's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody don't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at them on a poor performance from start to finish. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack, trying to get away but could not. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, An absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Logan Cook now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Hardman to return. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw it here. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just handed their totals. Not much defensive resistance on that drive. This offense has been humming. They haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked-off folks on the other sideline now.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Out route, he finds his man, it's Jones. And he'll be out right at the 35. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Taken in at the 11. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on early to the final stages. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. For this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them.
This is the last game for today. The first and the last.
We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers.